What's going on, guys? Eternal the Indie Mercenary here. I am so excited to welcome you to Eternal Sundays episode number 4. That's right, episode number 4 of our 4-part series highlighting Nebraska artists that are doing amazing things around our area. Tonight, we're going to do the season finale right with my boy Jxhnny Bliss. We got Jxhnny Bliss on the program tonight. We're going to interview him later on. Before we get to Jxhnny Bliss, we have a lyric video by yours truly. And that's by Out My Head. I've been putting that together for about 2 weeks now, and I'm super excited to show you guys that. And before we get to all that, I am over the moon excited to do this. Below, if you can see, these little logos right here are brand spanking new. This background right here, my girl put together. Thank you, babe. Love you, Alora. You're the best. She's an amazing artist. Now we're going to talk about some other amazing artists. If you want to learn about how these got made, how we're going to do the lyric video, or talking about Jxhnny Bliss and what we're going to talk about with him, stay tuned, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Now here's the intro.
Mercenary from your playlist.
What's going on, guys? All right, so like I said in the intro, I am super pumped up here because I got two amazing logos. I'm super excited about that. If you look over here on my left, I have the Eternal logo, which is my artist logo. This was done by Breations in Omaha, Nebraska, locally sourced. You know it. Kaz the Prophet's girl, Bree, did an amazing job, so shout out to Lyrical Assault as well. They gave me the design, and I want to talk about the design for a second. What I wanted was a phoenix, and obviously the word Eternal. And she even put in, I really want to point this out, she even put in this infinity logo. My girl, Alora, actually was like, wouldn't it be cool if the tail came into an infinity logo? And I was like, that is a sick-ass idea. I love that because it's all about what I'm about. It's about staying relevant forever, you know what I mean? Or being something worth sticking around for anyway. So the Eternal logo looks sick. The Phoenix, obviously, symbolism of me re-rising, rebranding. I love the Phoenix. The Eternal looks sick. Creations did an amazing job. Thank you so much, Bree. Thank you. The next logo I want to talk about is the Indie Mercenary Productions logo. Now, this logo is a little different. I did not source this one locally. I always suggest that you source locally. But I actually got this logo off of Fiverr. So if you're in a pinch and you really are on a budget and you really need a logo done, I always suggest thinking outside the box. Fiverr's a website where you can pay in increments of $5. Everybody sells stuff in increments of $5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Depending on which level you pay for, you get a better or worse one. I paid a certain amount of money for this one right here. And the designer did an amazing job just bringing to life what I wanted to happen. So he did the design that's actually in the middle of the circle, the Indie Mercenary Productions design itself. I did the effects and the coloring and all that. He sent me back a black and white photo. For a very budget price, I got a very, I'd say pretty good looking logo. And you'll see it in the video coming up with the lyric video. I'm super excited about it. It looks really great in the video clip, and y'all are going to like that. Speaking of that video clip, we're going to go to that right now. We're going to go straight into the lyric video for Out My Head. Out My Head is actually available right now below on the Indie Mercenary Productions YouTube channel on the Eternal Music playlist. And if you don't know where the Indie Mercenary Production YouTube channel is, you're watching it. So just click subscribe below, hit that notification bell, and I promise you, anytime I have any content, you're going to be notified. And if you're not, we all got to go to YouTube and talk to somebody together. Me and you. Now let's go to that clip of that lyric video by me. Yeah.
The mercenary from your playlist.
Been around the block, dog, I ran around them bases. When I took a shot, I seen the doubt in all your faces. I just smiled back as I tightened up my laces. So many nights I performed in empty spaces. Let's get it.
They say I'm out my head, that's why I chased this. Could never really settle, meant for greatness. I have to put in work, that's how I make it. The Indie Mercenary from your playlist.
Pull this knife right out my bag. I'm something special, not just some hack. But I get no slack, cause I don't want that. My flow so dope, the haters come back when they need that. Want that, gotta have it. Seems to develop the habit, bad Brag about the bag, but never grab it. Brag on.
They say I'm out my head, that's why I chase this. Could never really settle me for greatness. I have to put in work, that's how I make it. The indie mercenary from your playlist.
Hey, check 1, check 2, check 3. Everybody wanna be checking me, but they don't know shit about my real energy. All the demons that I face in search of the place in the limelight. Worst of your nightmares throw down like this fright night. Still I just find a night to night with the message like a light bright. Light 'em up real bright, genie out the lamp pipe. I don't wanna be the one to tell them that they're wrong, but they're gonna hear it cause I drop another song. I just wanna be the one that's tearing up the beat. Haters gotta eat, so I let them get petite. I'm getting no sleep, this is what I do. This is where I'm at, man, fuck you too. And I ain't talking mono, if you got a fucking problem, let's solve it. Mono, we mono, yeah. Oh yes, I'm out my head, that's why I chase it. Guess I got a problem with a couple bitches, you just basics. Guess I gotta show them how I'm about to make it out this basement. Fuck a floor, I said go and let the bodies hit the pavement. Been waiting a long time and I'll set the shit off like a landmine. So if you got beef like a bovine, then you better step out my slaughter line. Cause I think my view's looking damn fine. Survival skills outlast, outshine. What the fuck that tagline is? You don't fuck with E, that's common sense. Take a shot at my expense and you'll go down like Carson Wentz. Find me out where that party is, I'm in the back where that Marley is. Singing songs again about where I've gone and been. They would rather break me down than ever see me win. Fuck 'em.
They say I'm out my head, that's why I chase this. Could never really settle me for greatness. I have to put in work, that's how I make it. The indie mercenary from your playlist.
What's up, guys? Eternal the Indie Mercenary here, and I am interviewing the one and only Jxhnny Bliss. Jxhnny Bliss, go ahead and say hi, homie.
What the fuck is up, you nerds?
Hey,
what's up, nerds?
That's right, you nerds.
That's right. How are you guys?
Stealing that Echo vibe. I heard Echo calling a bunch of people a bunch of nerds.
Oh, no shit.
That's gonna be a new trend. See, nerd is the new cool. That's what.
Yeah,
that
that's my thing for some fucking reason. Like, I got my almost 7-year-old son to call me and everyone else nerds. Like, just go around and be like, nerd.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Hey, man, keeping that alive. All right, guys. So like I said, we got Jxhnny Bliss on the program today. He's fresh off of the Four Winds Music Festival last night. Did an amazing set last night. I'm sure you can check that shit out on his pages. We'll have that in the description below. All right, Jxhnny, for time's sake, I got to jump straight into the questions here. So I'm going to start off with a super easy one, bro. Where did you grow up, and what was your childhood like? Did you enjoy that?
Igloo on Pluto. No, yeah, dude, I grew up here in Lincoln, Nebraska. My childhood was dope, dude. My dad's Sparky on the Blaze, so he's a DJ.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
I pretty much I grew up meeting rock stars my whole life, since I was like knee high. So it kind of just set the foundation for wanting to do music, because I was in rock bands and I used to sing and play guitar and shit for, from like 10 to fucking 14, 15, 16 in that area.
That's interesting, because since I started this program, I tried to pick guys from different corners of the spectrum of hip-hop. Like, hip-hop's such a vast genre, and you're talking about the more rock rap type aspect of it, meeting rock stars, stuff like that. Originally I loved rock music. That's what I liked. That's what I wanted to do. But you know how hard it is to get 5 dudes to show up to band practice, much less go record a demo? That shit is almost impossible.
That's literally why I started rapping.
Exactly why a lot of us start rapping.
You could not rely on other people for shit.
That's right.
So
that's right.
When it came to like, sharpening my sword and shit, I would just, use YouTube beats.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that takes the pressure out of me finding a producer and paying for producers and shit. So I just got to sharpen my blade on that shit, and now obviously I have original beats and all that shit, and but
see, you grew. See, okay, so this channel, this show, I really wanted to kind of show the progression of some of us artists, because we didn't just start having these awesome production on our stuff. We aren't locals that just jumped on a set with King ISO or jumped on a set with this dude or that dame or whatever. No, man, we started from doing beats in our fucking closets with the YouTube. See, so I like this because I want a lot of this channel to be for guys that might want to get into the scene, how to step correctly. I don't know if you've seen any of the past Eternal Sundays, but me, Kaz, KT, and Hell's Flame have all kind of gotten into that, and you bring up an interesting point there. So, all right, man, I'm going to bring you into the second question real quick. All right, so down to the good stuff here. I caught the latest track, Mount Olympus. Brother, it's fucking dope. Man, if you haven't checked that out, you can go check it out on Spotify. It's Jxhnny Bliss, but instead of an O, you're going to put an X. And I guarantee you, if you put that in, you're going to find him because that's pretty good branding. I imagine that's why we switched the O from the O to the X.
No, actually.
No?
Fun fact, dude. I actually had a dude steal my name. So, like, shit, I haven't told this story in a while.
Whoa, what?
I would say about.
Steal your name?
Yeah, I would say about 5 years ago. I get this dude named Jxhnny Bliss who adds me on Facebook, right? Same exact spelling, your typical Johnny spelling, Johnnny.
Right.
And he adds me, and I message him because I notice he has a microphone. Like, he's got a mic stand and a mic, like, singing into a microphone on his profile picture.
Right.
So I message him, and I'm like, hey, dude, you a musician? And he's like, yeah, I sing Spanish folk music. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, is Jxhnny Bliss your real name? He's like, no. He's like, I came up with it like, 6-10 months ago. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I've been Jxhnny Bliss for years. Will you please change your name and stop dropping content on YouTube under Jxhnny Bliss? Because I'm Jxhnny Bliss. And I showed him proof, like screenshots of, hey, if you would have Googled that name like I did when I came up with it, there was nothing. There was John Bliss, and he was a rugby player from Australia or some shit in the 40s. Like, fucking nobody.
To be fair, you look like you could play you some rugby. I mean, to be honest.
Dude, I wish, bro. I wish, man. I played football and wrestling and all that.
You
fun
obviously
shit.
look like an athlete, man. Your dedication shows that the morals and athletics.
I was a star fucking athlete, dude.
That's
if
awesome,
I would have played baseball if and shout out to Mr. Stearns, you piece of shit.
The people that got us here.
Dude, he was my freshman math teacher, and he kicked me out of class like 2 or 3 times for talking. Like, not even like anything disrupt. Just talking, like, apparently when I wasn't supposed to. I think I asked a couple questions to somebody else or something. It was related to school. He kicks me out of class a couple times, but he happens to be the varsity baseball coach. And so, long story short, is he made sure that I didn't make the baseball team.
Yeah.
Because as a freshman, I probably would have made reserve or JV. Because I was a very dedicated athlete. I was freakishly fast. Fucking mosquito.
Dude, I understand that.
Fast,
Mosquitoes are terrible.
This is what you got to do. You got to take this off bug spray.
Yeah.
You got to spray it in a fucking circle around you.
That's
bro.
right. You create a dome, bro. The dome.
My bad. I got shit in my mouth.
You're good, bro. You're good. It's all good here on Eternal Sundays. We good.
But yeah, no, he fucking basically made sure I didn't make the baseball team because he's a cuck. So then I started doing a bunch of drugs because I was upset that I didn't make the baseball team when I was for sure top 3 out of 100 kids that tried out.
Right.
Like, no one could beat me in a foot race. No one.
Right.
I had a better arm than everyone. I was faster than everyone. Like, I had a better BPA than everyone. Like, no one ever struck me out. I was a pitcher and a center fielder.
I understand that one, man. Trust me.
I was very bitter and then just took it out on myself, basically, with drugs and partying and whatever. And
right.
Yeah, it was weird because, like, I played music up, guitar and shit until like 16. And then once I got a car at age 16, I stopped playing guitar because I'd only play it when I was bored. And, so you get a car and you're able to leave when you're bored. So I slowly stopped playing. And then, 18, 19 come around. I'm still having these rock star dreams with not even playing music. And then
I think we all can relate to that, too.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, yeah. So, like, because it's, I feel like it's been in my DNA for so long, because, like I said, my dad's Sparky, and he's been doing that shit for, I think, at least 30 years.
So you already kind of had some shoes to fill before you ever stepped up to a microphone, really. I mean, I understand that being a DJ and being an artist may be a little different, but you're always having to perform. It's all performance.
It's all like my dad, has his name, but then he's also Sparky. So, like, so he's got an alter ego. So, like, Jxhnny Bliss is like my... Basically, like, so my real name's Zach. So, like, Zach's a dad and a hard worker, and works the 9 to 5.
Hey, hold on, Johnny, hold on. This actually leads me into my next question. So we're gonna go ahead and ask that because you know what, this story I think is actually gonna be something about my next question. So I asked KT this question. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I asked KT this question.
No, you good, fam. You good. good.
I asked KT this question. I'm interested to hear your response because you're a pretty super performer yourself, dude. Your stage presence is energy. Your live shows is always on point. You come with great vibes, and you always come ready to work, man. You always come ready to work. Every time I've been on a show with Bliss, he has always come in. Him, Steez, all the guys come in and just ready to work attitudes. They show up early. They ain't showing up 5 minutes after their sets and pissing everybody off. They're doing amazing stuff. And young guys, that is a big thing. Show up on fucking time. Show up early.
I appreciate that, bro.
But absolutely, man. Absolutely. You earned it. So anyway, my point is, if you were to compare yourself to a superhero, which superhero would you compare yourself to? Now, I want you to continue your story about your alternate identity real quick because I want to see. I told you this was going to kind of lead into each other right here.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped you. I was like, hold on, man. We can answer this, but give me a second.
The Hulk, bro. The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay. My first Marvel.
Because okay, so like, I got the shit kicked out of me when I was like 18, by a kid, like I think he was a junior. So I got completely embarrassed after school, to just beat my ass, right?
Yeah.
So I was super depressed, and I started MMA fighting. Like I started training like a month and a half later.
Absolutely. MMA
Did
is a
that
great
for a
sport.
while. Yeah, did that for a while, bro. And I just remember like getting punched in the face for like solidly by my opponent for the first time.
That first time.
It unlocked a fucking demon inside of me, bro.
That is a great point right there, Johnny. You
know what
will
I'm
know.
saying?
Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face, and then all of a sudden, plans go out the window. You go and find out who you are, and I think that's what you're talking about right now.
It was pretty crazy. Like, I know I'm not the baddest motherfucker ever, bro, but like I beat the shit out. I'm 5'6", so I might not look like it on camera, but I'm 5'6", and I fought a dude who was 6 foot and outweighed me by like 40 pounds. The only reason we fought is because we had the same reach. So I have a 6 foot wingspan, so I'm short as shit, but I have really long reach. So we fought for some fucking reason. I still to this day have no idea why. 10 minutes before I'm supposed to fight this dude who's like my size, my coach is like, "Hey, you're not fighting that guy, you're fighting this guy." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm looking up to him.
Fantastic. The world of amateur MMA, y'all.
He was like 6 foot, 6'1", dude. He was much taller than I was.
Yeah.
And I beat the shit out of that guy. I broke his nose and three of his ribs, dude. So,
that's fucking amazing. How old were you when you did that?
I was 20.
20. Yes,
Yeah,
man. I'll tell you what. I fought for they were York Sims MMA at the time. I believe they're Warriors Path MMA now. It's out of York, Nebraska here, and I fought under them for tri-state cage fighting back when that was a thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? So,
I do.
So I'll never forget this. I have a story about this. This is the funniest shit. So the dude I was fighting was named Mark Palon, and shout out to Mark Palon. He was a super nice dude. Don't get me wrong. But he was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to like sell the fight or something like that. We do these interview videos that play right before the fight. And he goes, "My name's Mark, the Lethal Weapon Palon." I mean, like a WWE wrestler, bro. Like, I'm dead serious. "And I'm looking for a fight, and I'm not in a good mood, and I'm going to put him 6 feet deep." And I'm like, oh, my God. And right then and there, my trainer slaps me the fuck on the back without me knowing it, as hard as he fucking can. He's like, "I'm just getting your adrenaline going." I was like, that pretty much fucking did it when he was talking the shit. And just 5 seconds before that, he was like, "Hey, man, I can't wait to have a great fight." So,
that's fucking
I did.
great,
I ended up TKOing him in 35 seconds, and I remember watching back the tape because back then they had commentators go over the tape, and then they'd send you a tape like a week later of all the fights.
Yeah.
And the commentator goes, "Well, that's the danger of when you start talking stuff." Da, 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 da. He didn't know what to say because it started and ended so fast. And I'm not bragging or anything because I lost my next fight just as fast. Josh Gannon of Oregon, he wrestled for Oregon State. He whooped my ass. He choked me out in like a minute and a half. Like, shout out to him. He was
it'd be like that, bro.
It happens. I'm 5'10", so if I look tall on camera, it's because I'm sitting on a dresser right now. I promise you. All right, man. But anyway, go back to that story you were talking about your name, man. You were talking about the
So basically, he basically was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna change my name," and I was like, "Dude, fuck you. Are you kidding me?" He's like, "No, I'm not changing my fucking name." So I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. May the best man win." Then about 2-3 years go by. So back in 2018 was when I changed my name.
Right.
The 2 or 3 years goes by, and all of a sudden I get my notifications blown up, and I mean blown up by like several hundred notifications.
Oh fuck!
And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I went viral.
And
Yes.
I'm tagged by a bunch of random people like, oh my god, I can't believe Jxhnny Bliss is on The Voice.
Oh no.
And I'm like, huh?
Oh no.
So I look, and sure as shit, dickhead made it to The Voice.
Oh my god, you're serious? That's crazy.
Yep.
Of all the coincidences.
Yeah, dude, I was fucking pissed. So I remember
that's terrible.
I was petty, and I fucking messaged him, and I was like, hey man, I hope you fucking, I didn't say I hope you die, but I was like, hey man, go fucking kill yourself.
Oh Jesus!
You're a piece of shit. You stole my fucking name. So then I like, rather than like be butthurt and like try and sue him, I was like, you know what? You're closer to stardom than I am right now.
Just let him
You'll
have
probably get signed by somebody, because he kept advancing round after round. So it wasn't like he just made it on like the
Like he made it somewhere. He actually had his name out there.
He kept advancing. Yeah, he kept going up, and he was like, you should watch it and see when he was being nice to me. And I mean,
Right.
again, whatever.
He's trying to be a celebrity. He was being the celebrity, like, oh, I'm sorry you don't like me. Here, let me turn it around and be nice to you so you like me.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever, dude. So then I just took it upon myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm not changing my fucking name. I'll change the spelling of it.
There you go.
So so honestly, I think, I just think it looks a little bit doper.
And you know what? Honestly, I was gonna say, man, I think it's more you, bro. Like it's not as formal, man, and you aren't. Like, even though you always come dressed to the nines, you always got that swag about you. You're always clean cut, always look great, man. Even right now, you get your hair all done. Even though you're probably not at your nines right now, you still looking fresher than I do. I guarantee it. So my point being, man, is like you always having this vibe about you, dude. You got something. And I think that that it looks so much cooler. You could do so much more little things and details. I'm getting more into the graphic design and stuff about that, and recording myself and all that stuff. So I understand all the intricacies and idiosyncrasies of all that bullshit. So all right, we're gonna move on to the next question. Speaking of your ready-to-work attitude, I feel like a lot of younger cats and inspiring rappers can learn a lot from how Jxhnny Bliss does business. During my interview with Kaz and Flame, we talked a lot about the landscape of the scene as far as how to handle yourself when being in the public eye, paying your promoter, respecting venues, etc. With all this in mind, I'm curious, do you have any cautionary tales about your experiences with this subject, and how did you grow and learn from that experience?
I would be cautious with pay-to-play promoters.
Absolutely.
I know it's a little bit harder for somebody who's starting out, who doesn't necessarily have a audience or a platform to, really get on shows. And I don't want to deter that, because I mean, there is good opportunities in that stuff sometimes, but
every now and then
it's very hit or miss. And it's more so miss. But I don't know. I don't want to say this dude's name in specific. But basically, he was like, "Hey, everyone sell 25 tickets to do this show with," and I was like, "Okay, got you." Yeah. I sold 23 of those tickets. I had the other 2 sold, waiting for those guys to get to the venue, who showed up maybe a half an hour after I got there. He made me settle up immediately with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then told me that because I didn't hit my 25, I could not perform.
Yep, been there.
So
been there, bro.
Didn't get a fucking sell. And this was, this is a while ago. This is years ago. So this wasn't
right.
This is shit.
We're talking 2010, 2012, 13 years, man. I remember when Jxhnny Bliss started coming on the scene. I heard about you through a cat named AV.
Yeah, Avery. Yeah,
Avery.
Yeah, I talked to him periodically, but yeah, we had a rap beef for a hot minute, and then we fucking squashed that. So
AV's his own character, bro. I'll say that. When I first started, he was definitely his own character, and no disrespect.
He was self-admittedly on drugs.
Right. Absolutely.
So
yeah.
And yeah, he basically apologized, and
That's amazing, man.
Like, hey, yeah, because we were homies, dude, and some
Yeah,
shit happened.
he always spoke really highly of you to me. He always like,
Yeah,
hey, my
I
homie
always,
Jxhnny Bliss is right over here, dude. He's amazing. You
yeah,
got to check him out, Jxhnny Bliss. Jxhnny Bliss. That's what got you through my hater filter in the first place when I did see you on a show. Because everybody's got a hater filter, I think, to a degree.
yeah,
Like if you
yeah,
ain't heard of that person yet, you're not necessarily interested in even trying to see him or look at him unless they just get your gaze, and those are the really
yep,
good ones. The ones that
yep,
are good at what they do in promoting, they get past the hater filter. I think Rob Level calls it the hater filter. I like that term because it's like if they've seen your name somewhere before, or they just got a glimpse of it, they're gonna when they see you go up on stage, they're gonna watch a little closer. And
yeah,
when you did get on stage, man, a couple times, I remember I was hosting one of the gigs, and you guys got up on stage, man, and you were just the coolest, trillest dude, man. I dealt with some real D-bags that night, and I'm not going to name
yeah,
any names, but I dealt with
right,
some real D-bags that night, and Jxhnny Bliss the whole time was all like, man, we cool. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you doing what you're doing. Hey, man, dude. And he was talking to me about, hey, man, we got to get together. We got to talk. We got to do this. Just a really chill, open to network dude. And so I
yeah.
always remembered that.
I learned pretty early on that like having a big ego is, to an extent, is very off-putting.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I have a big ego inside my music, but I'm very humble as a person.
Right, absolutely.
So business and when I'm talking to my audience and like my fans, I'm very humble. I'm not an arrogant prick. Like that's the thing is like I know I look like a fuckboy. I know that. Okay, I know I look like a douchebag.
I never would have
know I
thought
look
that.
like I know what I look like.
Okay.
I'm
He's
not
being
a stranger.
that's
I
called
have
being a
mirrors.
realist, all right?
Yes.
New
So I
artist.
know I look
Be
like
real
an
with
asshole.
yourself. This
But
is what I
I'm
tell people all
not.
the time.
I'm very down to earth. I'm funny, and I'm very
Absolutely.
humble. And
That's
you know,
amazing.
I've had very humbling experiences too, so that always helps too.
That's
Every time
amazing.
every time my ego's like on flex, it's like no,
Yep, check yourself. Yep.
check yourself. Let the music be your ego.
That right there is a sign of maturity through hip hop. I think as we all started, we all kind of got into it for the same thing. You know, the
Well,
party
yeah, dude.
lifestyle,
Like,
the bitches, everything else. And as you mature in hip hop, you're like, hey, man, I need to kind of be a little more smart about
yeah,
things and this, that,
yeah.
and the
So
other.
like,
Yeah,
you know, like my content has changed over the years too, because I mean, I have, you know, I got three
absolutely.
kids now, so my oldest is almost 7, and he listens to my music, so I can't be rapping about bitches and hoes.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's the cool thing. I've seen kind of a trend in it, in especially our indie scenes. A lot of the indie guys, we're trying to go against that whole flash mentality. The riches be rich, and the richest, and I smoke the most, I drink the most, I party the most, I got all the bitches, calling bitches, all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I don't judge anybody. Art's subjective,
No,
and it's for everybody. But what I'm
it's
saying
got
is,
its time
yeah,
and place. You know,
exactly.
it's got its time and place.
Exactly. And what I'm trying to say to people is, you know, like, we evolve with it. And I think the indie movement actually influences the majors a lot more than you know. And so I think the next kind of movement in hip hop is going to be more that respectable, that less talking about how much what's in my bank account and more talking about what's going on in my head and in my mind. And if you listen to any of Jxhnny Bliss's music, especially this one we're about to listen to, Mount Olympus, if you listen to any of Jxhnny Bliss's music, it really speaks deeply to like different things. It's a lot more than just the bars he spits. Like, yes, the bars are great, but there's so much deeper meaning, and you gotta pause the song sometimes. I remember listening to the Sauce. I'm like, hold on, like this bangs really hard, but damn, that kind of blew my mind. That was like, hold on, let me rewind that back real quick, because I do that. I really like to dissect a lot of things like that, especially indie guys, especially guys I like. And I have Jxhnny Bliss on the Nebraska Got Bars playlist. You can find that on the Indie Mercenary Production YouTube channel. But Jxhnny, let's go ahead and play your song, Mount Olympus, man. All right, guys, sorry we had to step away there. We had a little second there where we needed to take a break. So I was just getting to say that we were going to show your new song, Mount Olympus. So would you like to tell anybody anything about this song before we kind of get going on it? I'm going to bring you back full screen here because you're small screen.
Bro. Yeah, so this song, Mount Olympus, it's got my homie Minus on there. He lives in San Antonio, Texas. He's dope as fuck.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I'm from Northeast Texas originally, so that's sick.
Oh,
I love Texas.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. But yeah, I got him on this song. And this song is just kind of setting the bar, kind of like a Control with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, I just wanted to have that type of, hey, just let people know, like, still be humble in myself, but just let people know in the music and the bars, like, hey, like,
absolutely,
I'm not one to fuck with. So,
absolutely. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this: I've heard this song already, and it does. It just bang, 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 bang. It makes you want to go slap your motherfucking mama, like bang, like oh shit, like man, they really went off. Both you guys really went off. Like the bars are very on point. The timing's beautiful. You could tell that it wasn't all digitalized and everything else. It's really your voices and I really like it. Anyway, let's just play it so everybody can fucking hear it, huh? How about that? How about I stop talking and we just play the damn thing? All right. Bam.
What's that? It's a grenade. Get down. Yeah. It's Bliss. Right. Yeah. Don't think we don't hear it. Yeah, we hear all that barking. We just don't see much. Sit down. Yeah. Bliss.
I love that.
Listen. We the coalition of spoken rhythm, got frozen rhythm. We 6 feet, that social distance, that COVID speaking your last words, eulogy. I got the juice, man, don't you see? I don't never stew over any beef. I keep a culture that's Jewish meats. I'm big-headed, Stewie G. Quit with all of them tough tweets. You more shy than chief, keepable floor seats to clean. Goddamn, I'm all bars like the Vegas Strip. Cause I'm a blow like I already. Cause I rap like a tourniquet. Better not slip or I steal your bitch. The coach knows it when it come to flow, and I exhibit art and captivate the moment. I'm a showman, and I'm focused when I'm on a track. I got locomotives. I leave you holy of the matrimony. I'm a walking home in that evil soul. And P.S. You can't console me, shit. Let me show them, homie, yeah.
Bro, hold on. We're going to pause right there. I'm going to bring you back for a second. Bro, so far, just
good.
I want everybody to just really tune the fuck in from now on. This song is going so fucking hard right here on Eternal Sundays, bro. Jxhnny Bliss in Minus, man. Mount Olympus is available on Spotify right now. I just had to say that real quick and stop this damn song because it's just so good. Gotta let people know where the fuck to get it right now, bro. I'm sure there's a link tree too, but go to Spotify, Jxhnny Bliss with an X instead of an O, motherfucker.
I'm in it to win it, a venomous cynic and how I be spitting. Your time is taking if I'm on a mission. Your body's missing the cricket division. The gift will written genetic critic. See the sound of those crickets. Break down. Now that's about to be your theme song. Cause an aqua silence won't seem long. But your dreams gone when this leash sharp. You get scared, dog. That's a weed song. Get hot boxing your knee song. Cause me, I got the juice, kid. Yeah, you my Capri son. You got up to me as your knees gone. These words, it ain't freeze tongue. Take a deep plunge. You won't be fun, but you'll see some. I can keep coming. So, how many metaphors do I need to make for you'll understand? You're not the man. Was not your plan. You can't handle smoke. You ain't contraband. I'm from a different land. I hold the belt. Fuck some loose pants. You better write home and tell them you got 8. That's a food stamp. Welcome home. We the true champ. Take your newsstand. Ain't no competition with this competition. Fuck the opposition now. All your criticism with no positive bitch. Leave the demolition out. We mount livers with the frozen razor. Leave you prospect now. We sick with it. Got a bloody victim with a head missing. That's you. Ain't no competition with this competition. Fuck the opposition now. All your criticism with no positive bitch. Leave the demolition out. We mount livers with the frozen razor. Leave you prospect now. We sick with it. Got a bloody victim with a head missing. That's you.
Come with a venom. I spew when I get them on top in a view when I let them go pop. Execute as a minimum. Hard the curriculum drop. Don't assume that I couldn't make room and remove anybody with a broom. Then I'm finna go mop by the boom. I'ma sign me a goon and I don't need to prove anything to these radio jocks. Recoup what I pay dues in a boot to your face. Ain't fucking with a dude in the same combination with my fist hitting 2 from the K. Who's finna say shit when they losing their taste? Y'all in the phone and the loop in a plate and a hunger to boot for my brain. Man, I'm used to the pain when it's all that you think. In this room in the day, I can hear through the loop when it play. It's the proof that I'm finna get loose and reboot on this motherfucker. Ooh, what are you gonna say? When it's all kung fu and it's you with a fake. Living deja vu like I do every day. In the coupe looking through with a vision on cue. Blind fury, I move like I'm losing my place. And it's news on me too off and it's true. So I gotta break through for a fool to relate. What it do? Now they gon' blame it on you. Everything that they be hating, they choose. They don't feel they rearranging my views and they couldn't take it, so they pray that I lose. I flew to Vegas, had my wife in a Studebaker, tied a knot and she nodded, we cool. Y'all got a problem, y'all can take it up from the bottom. I suggest that y'all play by the rules.
Ain't no competition with this competition. Fuck the opposition now. All your criticism with no positive bitch. Leave the demolition out. We mount livers with the frozen razor. Leave you prospect now. We sick with it, got a bloody victim with a head missing, that's you. Ain't no competition with this competition, fuck the opposition now. All your criticism with no pot to pistol, lead to demolition now. We mount on lips with the frozen written, leave you frostbitten now. We sick with it, got a bloody victim with a head missing, that's you.
Bro, that was fucking sick, man. Mount Olympus, man, just came out yesterday. Jxhnny Bliss featuring Minus. I know you guys need to go out right fucking now and check that shit out. That's right, Mount Olympus. I'm moving it around the screen right now so you can all see it. Mount Olympus, Mount Olympus, Mount Olympus, Mount Olympus. You guys got to go check out this track and all the other Jxhnny Bliss tracks because they are fucking fantastic, man. He's an artist here in Nebraska that's doing huge things and is going to put us on the map for sure. All right, man. So we're going to continue the interview, man. I've asked everyone this question so far. I'm curious to compare the answers. Have you ever experienced writer's block? And if so, what do you do to clear your head?
Fuck. Yeah, writer's block's a semi-regular thing.
Absolutely.
Really what fixes it with me is learning new vocabulary. I guess maybe as weird as that sounds, like hearing new music, new people's way of so like with me, I visualize what I'm gonna say before it's even said. So essentially, like I take you quickly through my writing process. Okay?
Right, absolutely, please.
I hear a beat, okay, it gives me an emotion. There is a color that is associated with each emotion. So I hear a beat and see a color. And that gives me the emotion of what I'm supposed to write about. So then I imagine what would the music video look like.
Yep.
Then I start writing down the things that I'm seeing, essentially, and then I start piecing it all together. So basically when my audience listens to my music, it repaints that same image back for them so they're able to understand what I'm saying and feel my emotions, etc.
Wow, that is a very detailed answer to that question, man. Like, I thank you for taking through your process. The reason I've been asking everybody this, and I'll let you continue talking here, but the reason I've been asking everybody this is because at the end of this series, I wanted to edit together all the answers to these questions from all these guys. Like I said at the beginning, I was trying to pull from like the four corners of hip-hop, not just all guys from the same kind of type of hip-hop. And I wanted to see what their answers were. And it's so interesting because like last week Hell's Flame advice was go read a book, and and your advice is like vocabulary inspires me, music inspires me. You're talking about the inspiration. And I also mentioned last week I was watching an episode of Smart Rapper on YouTube with Rob Level, and he was talking about how inspiration comes in waves, and that our problem is that we're not tired, we're uninspired, and that there's going to be 3 or 4 weeks where we're going to be very inspired to do stuff. We're going to be so creative. We're going to make all this shit. We're going to come up with show ideas and music video ideas and ways to just paint my face and all kinds of other junk, man. Yep. And then there's going to be that 6-week to 2-month period where it's just like I can't. I don't have it. I don't have any want to do it. And he compared it to driving a Lamborghini, renting one. If you knew somebody was going to give you a Lamborghini for 30 days for free, wouldn't you drive the living fuck out of that motherfucking Lamborghini every goddamn day? It's the same thing with your writing process. When you're in it, use it. Use it to the best of your abilities. But it's cool because everybody, all 4 of you guys, have basically put it to where you say, don't force it. And I think that is the key. I think that is like the fulcrum of it. So continue. Is there any other things you do to clear your head? Is there like something specific?
I like to go on drives.
There you go. So I like that.
I'm a big nature person, so like I'll take my Tahoe out to like a lake and just sit in the parking lot and look at the trees and the water and shit, and if boats are going by. Right. Going out to like a hiking trail and just getting outside.
Absolutely.
Just trying to free my mind. That way, that tends to put things more so in perspective as to like how I'm feeling. Because that's the big part is like, I've learned how to work with my brain and how it operates, but I'm like a scatterbrained type of person.
I understand that feeling.
So like, I'm constantly bouncing back and forth in my head between different ideas, and this conversation Like, so some people I'm sure might call it ADD, but like it's not to the point where it's like affected me where like I can't.
What was that album by Joyner Lucas? It's ADHD, and actually it's September, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about mental health awareness real quick. I was recently I've never said this before, but I was recently diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder. I really thought I had ADHD. Right. Because I'm the same way. Like, I'm bouncing off the walls. I got this idea. I got that idea. I'm super hyper focused on this, dude. When I get into a project, I have to finish that project. That's the project I'm doing. And we're not fucking around with 400 projects. And then all of a sudden, it's like now I'm doing 12 projects. Now I'm doing 13 projects. And it's like I had a plan to do one, and now I end up with 12. And And so, but the reason I bring that up, man, is because I want to point out to everybody, a lot of the viewers, a lot of people listening. We all have something about us that makes us different, that makes us unique. And some of those things aren't necessarily always blessings, but we just need to look at it with a different perspective. If we look at our things with a different perspective and look for the positive in our downs, then that's how we're going to overcome those downs. And I really thank you for bringing that up, because I really wanted to talk about some mental health stuff. Because that stuff's very important, especially this month being Mental Health Awareness Month and stuff like that. Shout out to the Mountain Dew Review, by the way. They have been shouting out mental health awareness all month long. Fantastic job over there with Adam Alberger and those guys.
Yeah, people, dude. Yeah, I closed my set last night with Lobotomy, and
yes, Lobotomy is an amazing track.
Appreciate that, man. I just made it a point to just let people know. So like, it's really important. Like everyone struggles with mental health, and mental health has such a negative connotation on it that like, sorry, my nose got all snotty, I had to sneeze. But it's got such a negative connotation to where like you can have good mental health too, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like figuring out what works for other people to keep themselves in good spirits.
Yes.
It's it can only possibly help. It can't hurt that I give you some sort of ideas for my coping mechanisms, or vice versa.
Absolutely. We got to stop. We got to stop taking everything as an answer. I feel like a lot of the problems, if people would just take it as people's opinions and really take it as an opinion, I feel like people have forgotten how to take an opinion. You get what I'm saying? Like, they all think that because I say this or I give my opinion, or maybe I'm even like very firm in my opinion, that I completely disagree with what they're saying. No, I can see the point in what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I disagree. Yeah, exactly. What did Benjamin Franklin say? I believe it was Benjamin Franklin. I'll defend your right to say whatever you want. Or what was it? It was fuck. I'm gonna fuck it up now. I was like, I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. I believe that was it. Yeah. And I think that's an amazing thing. You're bringing up some amazing points. I just want to tell people this: Jxhnny Bliss is an ogre of artists. He's got layers like an onion. Okay,
that's right.
This man is the Shrek of the Lincoln music scene. And he's so fancy and clean. It looks good. I tell y'all what, man. Brittany Bliss is a lucky lady, and Jxhnny Bliss is a very lucky man. All right. Yeah, absolutely. You two, by the way, dealing with being another guy that has a girlfriend who's had a long-term relationship. I know the struggles of having a long-term relationship in hip-hop. So shout out to you guys for real, because y'all always are supporting each other in public on social media, and I think that's beautiful.
She's at every single one of my shows.
Absolutely, she is.
As long as we don't have the kids. So she was out at the festival last night. Like, we were there for like 6.5 fucking hours, bro. And she was
champ,
this morning. Yeah, this morning she was like, dude, I would have stayed there all night. And I was like, I know, it was fucking fun.
It was that fun, dude. See, that's the point. And a lot of young guys, stop leaving the show fucking after your set. The most important thing in this business is networking. I tell people this all the time. Do 2 things at the show, okay? Pay your fucking promoter and make a good impression of your promoter, because even though you're going to do something crazy for those 50 to 100 fans, that promoter has the ticket for the next 50 to 100 fans. And the other fucking thing right there is the thing we were just talking about there. Dude, y'all got to do that. You got to respect it. You got to do it.
All right. I mean, it was fun, but yeah, you got to do that shit, bro, because I've definitely been the person to bring the crowd, and if I was gonna leave, they would leave.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you got to stay after. And it's not even just about the crowd. Do it for yourself. The networking opportunities that I have had because I've helped clean up a show, or I've helped stay after and something happened, and I happened just to help the venue owner. Hell's Flame brought up a really good point last week, saying not only the promoter, dude, you can impress the venue owner, and then the venue owner, when the guys are coming in saying, I'm going to do a show here, damn, we don't have any openers. Well, hey, I know a guy. You know, like, and it happens like that. So young guys, take a hint off of this. Networking is your friend, and you want to tell your friends, hey, man, the more people I have stay here, the better my chances are of getting higher up. And if they really support your stuff, they will. Although I've always said strangers support way better than anybody you know personally. Always have. I don't know what it is. I just think that people that are we grow up with and we like and we talk to, they're not resentful. There's exceptions to every rule, but they don't want to see you above them. It's how it is.
I want to say this without it sounding bad.
Right.
I think that because we don't have a huge market here, and there's not a shitload of stuff to do here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who feel like they peak early on, and they don't really have a whole lot going for themselves. So it's hard for them to cheer on somebody else
who's
when
chasing.
They're not cheering themselves on.
Absolutely, that is a great point.
And I've been that person. So you know, I've been that person where I've been like, man, fuck that artist. He got on that show, and oh, Bud's bullshit. He got that feature with that dude, or whatever it was. You know, I used to be that artist, man, and that's. You know, you got to learn through all that shit that they're not blocking any of my success. None of it.
Exactly.
There's gonna be another fucking show.
There's enough room for all of us to eat. We can all sit at the table. Every one of us. And that's great, man. I'm so happy you brought that up because, honest to God, we talked about this in the last 3 shows. Man, there's enough room for all of us at this fucking table, man. It's not a competition. I don't know what happened. I know when I came on the scene 10 years ago, it was a huge, like, fuck you atmosphere. Dudes would have, like, their arms crossed and shit while you went up on stage, and everybody be standing in their little bitty groups. Man, first off, what fucking fun is that? Are you having fun mean mugging me from the crowd that isn't even a crowd? Now we're all just kind of performing for each other. At this point, shouldn't we all just be kind of looking for somebody to work with? Like,
think about this, bro. The bigger the table, the more eyes are gonna be on you.
Absolutely. The bigger the table,
the more people that come to eat, bro, the more attention it's gonna get.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of people. If you got a lot of people eating here, dude, then that's better for everyone. You know,
Absolutely.
Don't get fucking. You know, don't let your ego fucking ruin this shit for you.
Play your role. That is the motto right there. That one. If you take nothing else away from any of these interviews, young guys, I really want to point out, or even old guys, hell, it doesn't matter. Don't let your ego get the best of you, because we all have. We can all admit it. We've all let our ego get the best of us sometime or another. We've all sat there.
I still do time to time, but I put myself in check before anything.
And I think that speaks to another point. Just be real with yourself. Stop telling your buddy he can rap if he can't rap. You're not doing him any favors. He's not going to go get better now. He's going to stay the same. Same thing with anything. Don't sit there and blow smoke, because it's not going to help anybody's fucking process or anything. You know, a lot of guys, say this, a lot of guys talk numbers all the time. I got this many views. I got that many views. Well, I could go to boosterboss.com right now and spend $3 and have just as many views as you.
Yep.
Numbers don't mean shit in this game anymore. They really don't. I mean, yeah, I love to talk about my views on YouTube, and it's because they're organic, and they're only like 100 or 200. But these guys that come out and they put out a song and they got 10,000 fucking likes immediately, we know what you did.
Yep.
We're not stupid. And young guys, don't fall into that trap, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Booster Boss, if you use it correctly to, like, you drop a new song and you want it to get in the algorithm correctly, that's one thing, man. But don't go bragging about the numbers about it. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, let it do its numbers, let it do its thing, because I have seen people that have taught to use it just for the algorithm and then post the video again to actually get the real numbers. That way you get kind of this thing. It's a whole little cheap process. I'm not sure if it's legit or not. Not even going to really speak to it anymore because this is going on YouTube. But yeah, so like just sites like that and shit and everything else, stop talking about your numbers. Stop talking about all this. You know what's really going to sell me on you? You. And I think that's what me and Johnny are sitting here talking about. All right, we got to move on to these next questions, man. We're getting so heartfelt tonight, y'all. Season finale of Eternal Sundays with Jxhnny Bliss here. All right, so I'm hoping this series and channel in general can be a tool and for new inspiring rappers in our area they can utilize to understand how to step correctly onto the scene and avoid the pitfalls a lot of artists make. I believe we've been talking about this a lot tonight. When they first started out, do you yourself have any advice for a young guy who wants to just start doing music? See, earlier we talked about just start rapping over YouTube beats. Is that your suggestion? Do you suggest going and leasing beats? Do you suggest going and buying beats immediately? Do you suggest going and pay a studio time? Like, what do you suggest for a new guy that wants to step on the scene and start recording music?
So in today's time, obviously it's different than when I started, but today's time, I've actually been doing a little bit of consulting with a couple of younger artists who are new at this. So I'm going to tell y'all the same thing I told them. I'll give y'all some free game. Do yourself a favor, download the BeatStars app or get on your computer, go to BeatStars. Lease a cheap beat if you can. Then,
Absolutely.
Find a recording studio if you're able to. Young Steez here locally is by far the best engineer that I've ever gotten to work with. So
shout out to Steve. Steve's amazing.
Dude, he's phenomenal. He does all my mixing and a lot of other people's mixing here and out of state and all sorts of shit. So
yes,
he pretty much does that full time. So, find an engineer, find someone who you can record at. Go to DistroKid or CD Baby or whatever and get you an online distribution. Pay for a yearly subscription for your online distribution.
See, this is what I'm talking about right there, man. Be smart. That's a smart tip.
And then basically you can go to a couple different free websites to create your own cover art.
Yes.
There's Be Funky and Pick Monkey.
Yeah.
You can use both of those, and you can go to Google and find a black background or a white background and just throw some simple font on there. Upload your cover to your shit.
Absolutely.
Upload your audio. Then you can post your actual song on Spotify and iTunes and all that shit when you upload it through your online distribution.
And when you got the DistroKid, you're gonna start making money. That's the whole point. We got
how you start making money. So
I tell people all the time, we love doing this, but if we didn't do it for a little bit of money, there are so many things we can get a bigger bag in. We love doing it, but it's still need the money.
So fast forward. Let's say you've got a small budget of maybe $200-300. Let's say $200. And you're like, all right, I want to start some shit going.
Yep.
You've already spent maybe $40 for the year subscription on DistroKid.
Yep.
I think.
Something like that. I think it's 40 to 60, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So right in that area, right? My next step would be to get on this app called Fiverr, Fiverr.
Yep. I just talked about that in the intro. I'm going to stop you right there. I just talked about that in the intro because Johnny, you brought up an amazing tip right there. I talked about it in the intro because my new logo, the Indie Mercenary Productions logo, which Johnny hasn't seen yet because he hasn't seen the episode yet. He's unfortunately blocked and cannot even see my face. But I got that done on Fiverr. And you know what? It cost me $7.61. It was a black and white that he sent me. I did all the other graphics and effects. It's a cheap trick, y'all. He's making it. He listen to the rest of what he's saying, dude, because Johnny is speaking, preaching truth.
You can go on Fiverr and find any of that shit. You can find someone to write a book for you.
Yep.
Online audio class. You can find anything you need on there. But I would advise you to go find someone with a social marketing campaign or some sort of music marketing.
Yes.
And what you do is you find someone on there who's got a good playlist on Spotify and you pay them. They usually have, they've got some that are like, $20, $30 for one single for, 7 days on a playlist with X amount of people. But you do have 1, 2, 3 star sellers. So you find a 2-star seller with, it's $100 to put your shit on their playlist, but it's authentic, which is why it's $100 fucking bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked about that. Fiverr isn't just $5. They have, it goes in increments of 5. That's why it's called Fiverr. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So you basically go on there and you do what I've been doing, and you put your money into running a campaign on Spotify or on TikTok or whatever it is. And here's the thing, you put some money into that and you turn around every 3 months, you get paid for your streams in your bank.
Absolutely.
So all the money that I made, I got to cash out $1,000 not that long ago from my streams. I put that money right back into that shit so I can make my money
more. Yeah, absolutely.
more fucking money.
Works for itself. Absolutely. You know, that's a great point, man, because we haven't had anybody actually talk about their promotional yet, which I'm so glad you brought that up, man, because, you know, years ago when I was doing the Model T thing, I had a music video with Dramatic, I believe it goes by Drama the Artist now, called Dukes Up. It was the one time I actually paid for promotion at that point, and I paid like $5, $7 on Facebook. My organic reach was 2,800 views. The paid reach was 2,800 views. So it all kind of it is that promotion really adds up.
Yeah, oh yeah, it absolutely does.
Hey, hold on, guys. We all have to take a pause. That's respect for your elders right there, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all all to take a second and just look at what Jxhnny Bliss did. He stepped the fuck away from the interview, looked his grandma in the eye, told her he loved her, and blew her a kiss. Y'all take a fucking step from Jxhnny Bliss. Y'all all could take a step from Jxhnny Bliss right now. All right, but anyway, like we were saying about the promo thing, listen, man, you're absolutely right. Fiverr's a great little place to do it. I got the new Eternal logo from Breations here in Omaha, but I got the Indie Mercenary Productions logo done on Fiverr, and it's fantastic. I love it. And you were right. Those Fiverr guys, there's guys that'll mix and master your shit. There's guys that'll write you a song.
You can find everything on there.
Absolutely.
It's a dope little app,
and there's
dude.
dozens of YouTube videos showing guys just producing whole albums using Fiverr Artist. And it's really cool to see. So these are little tips that we didn't know when we started that he kind of wanted to let y'all know. I got to keep moving on, Jxhnny, because my program hates rendering things.
No, you're good, bro.
All right.
You're good. I gotta get the kids a bath.
All right. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty of it all. While being a very talented solo artist, you're also part of a very talented group of artists called Origami. Do you guys have anything in the works currently?
No.
The fuck, man?
I know, dude. I know. So Interstate Inf moved back to Tennessee. So he's got some things going on down there.
I understand that.
So obviously having homeboy move,
right?
You know, we've been friends for a decade. So we've been making music together. We'll still continue to make music together, but we don't have a project in the works or anything. Me and Steve's, you know, since obviously we're still here. We do a lot of shows and stuff together. So. You know, we still do all that shit, but Imp's more right now. I think he's retired from rap for the time being because he's producing a lot and
we all need a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think like
I'm not. I don't want to. He says he's done for good, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You're too good of a fucking rapper to be done for good.
This is what I say all the time. You know how many times I've been done for good, bro? You know how many times I'm like, hey man, you know what? This is the last thing. I think I'm just done. Never happened. Not once. I'm still here. I rebranded. I'm here. I'm doing this YouTube show. I'm talking to the one and only Jxhnny fucking Bliss. So,
right.
You know what? I never count anybody out. Whenever somebody says they're retired, it only takes them watching you go the fuck off on stage for them to go, all right, man. So
I did that shit last night. My neck hurts from headbanging, bro.
Yeah, you dude. And shout out to Nice Enough Entertainment and all those guys over there throwing the Four Winds Music Festival last night. I heard it was a great time. I really wish I could have been there. I have a very, very rigorous country club job. We're here in York, Nebraska, so I could not attend that. It's the reason I can't attend a lot of you guys' stuff. I would love to come out to all this stuff, but while it's just popping out for a lot of you guys because you live in town, that's a whole day's thing and gas and all kinds of other on top of the tickets and babysitter. I would love to be out there more often with you guys, so please just go ahead and connect with me. I still would love to do anything I can to help any of you guys.
Absolutely, yeah, they're a good squad, bro. So yeah, shout out to Justin.
Absolutely,
and everybody else who was out there last night.
Absolutely,
so.
Justin, Jay Influential, Travis Finch. I mean, dude, Travis Finch, Jay Influential, Modest K, all of them, fantastic artists.
Oh yeah,
and they're doing so much to put the scene on right now. So we haven't shouted them out yet. You're the first artist to really bring them up. I think somebody else might have. We might have shouted them in.
Let me give my shout outs to Jay Influential, to Marquise is Dead, to Justin Strawstone, to fucking goddamn, what's their name? They performed with the Juggalos, dude.
Smoke Break or Abstract?
No, they're from Sioux Falls
I
or
know who
Omaha.
you're fucking talking. Was it Lyrical Front?
No, it was Rogues Gallery.
Rogues Gallery. There it is.
Shout out to them. Yeah, shout out to
there we go.
Lyrical, everyone you just mentioned too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fucking,
I know a lot
yeah,
of
dude.
a lot of locals. I love local indie hip hop.
Fucking God damn it, what the hell's his name? Something the Sensei, Gavin.
Oh,
I can't remember fucking name.
God dang it! Now I'm gonna Mystic. No.
No, Juju the Mystic. No, he's dope. I met him last night.
I know the Sensei one. I God dang it. Sorry guys, we love you all, but god damn, so many names and pronouns and adjectives. It gets hard to list when there's not a list in front of us. Just make sure that no matter what, Jxhnny Bliss, if you were on that show last night or if you had anything to do helping either one of us, we really do appreciate all the support. Even if you just like it and share our shit, we are most of the time more than happy just to get that. As indie artists, just to have people watch our shit is just like, thank you so much. I poured so much into this. Thank you so much. It may not be the best shit in the planet, but it's my shit, and I really love it. And that's why I love art, because it's so subjective, and you can feel the people's feelings through it. Like you were saying earlier, you think of a feeling and a color, and that's so amazing, man. So we're wrapping up here. Jxhnny, I really want to thank you tonight for coming on the program and being just an excellent person, bringing the vibes you do, coming on the season finale, and just killing this interview, bro. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you, find you, all that stuff?
Absolutely. You can find me on pretty much all social media and all streaming sites under Jxhnny Bliss, Jxhnny Bliss, 2 words, obviously. Yeah, you can find me there. You can find me at pretty much your fucking next local show.
That's right. Jxhnny Bliss is always doing some shows, man. You pretty much look up any local show in Lincoln, Omaha, Iowa area. You're gonna find Jxhnny Bliss somewhere.
I got some shit in the works right now, so I'm pretty excited. I'm trying.
He was telling me before, ladies and gentlemen, that he did a new song last night over at the Four Winds. So see, you get to do exclusive things if you go out to shows. You get to see exclusive things. Saying he was doing a new song out for everybody, and it really fucking went over really well. So I'm super excited to hear that eventually too.
You want to know what I do?
What's that?
If the song doesn't like, I do new song, I do unreleased music on stage, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And
gotta try it.
And if the crowd doesn't like it, 2 different shows, I won't put that song on the album.
You know what? That's a great little point before we get out of here. That's a great little point. It's almost like comedians, dude. They go out on stage, they try out the material at the little shit show before they go on their actual tour, and they're like, hey, man, this didn't work. You know what? Fuck this. Axe it. You know, so that's a really good tip.
Fortunately for me, that fucking song I did last night,
Mount Olympus.
I was not. Well, yeah, I started out.
Oh, that song. I'm sorry, that song. I apologize.
No, you're good. Yeah, I started out with Mount Olympus because that song's hard as fuck. They just set the tone. And then there was another song I wrote like a week and a half ago that's pretty fucking rad too. I was pouring water on my head and I started headbanging. My neck is killing me this morning. So.
Oh man. Jxhnny Bliss with the stiffy, ladies and gentlemen. Jxhnny Bliss with the stiffy. All right, man. Right. So tell everybody where they can follow you, motherfucker.
Jxhnny Bliss, every single platform, every single streaming site. Come fuck with me.
That's Jxhnny Bliss with an X. God damn it.
Yes, Jxhnny.
Fucking
Bliss.
voice,
motherfucker. Yeah,
fucking voice, dude. Fucking Jxhnny Bliss.
But yeah,
not this Jxhnny Bliss.
Time to go give my kiddos a bath. I really appreciate all the time that you spent here with me, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
I genuinely appreciate it. Yeah, dude. It's fucking cool to be a part of this movement and stuff, bro. So thank you for having me be a part of that. You know, you spent a lot of time you know, showing gratitude towards me for my craft and shit, but I want to return the favor and show you some gratitude for your craft as well. So I appreciate the time that you took out of your day to interview me and shit. I'm glad we had some fun. You're good at your job as well, too, so keep doing what you're fucking doing.
I plan on it, man. Thank you.
You know, I will see you at the top, my friend. So
Absolutely. Well, like, that's pretty much it. You can find Jxhnny Bliss anywhere, Spotify, anywhere you can find music. I want to thank you once again, guys, and that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and skip on to the outro. Deuces. All right, guys, and that was my interview with Jxhnny Bliss. I want to thank Johnny again. Thank you so much, brother, for coming on the show and sharing your insights with us. I also want to thank Breations again one more time for the amazing-looking Eternal logo. The Phoenix looks great. We're going to have different iterations of that logo coming out, so stay tuned and check the pages for that. You can always follow me at www.facebook.com/TheIndieMercenary. Look for this ugly mug, and you'll find me. Also, I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys all so much for watching this episode and all the episodes of Eternal Sundays. If you need to catch up on Eternal Sundays and you like this episode, I have a playlist that has Eternal Sundays all in it. You can watch all 4 episodes right now, right here on the Indie Mercenary Production YouTube channel. And go ahead and please hit that subscribe and notification bell. And that way you can get new content when we drop new content. After this, I'm planning on taking a break and finishing my EP/demo/whatever the hell it's going to be. I also am super excited because I'm going to be coming back with Eternal Sundays eventually. I want to get promoters on the show next time around, 4 different promoters, and pick their brain about lifestyles and choices and things artists could do to better themselves. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching Eternal Sundays. It has been a real honor. I want to thank everybody that's been involved in the show throughout the whole start of it. I'm talking Bacon. I'm talking Hell's Flame. I'm talking Kaz. I'm talking KT. I'm talking Jxhnny Bliss. I'm talking Hell's Flame. I'm talking everybody. The Fun Gang. I want to thank Nappy Face for letting me review their videos. Mike Beasties. D-Traps. Cisco the Dons. Fucking Ram the Nonconformist. I also want to thank Surreal the MC. He was mentioned a bunch of times throughout the thing. I want to thank the Mountain Dew Review for being so cool to us the whole time. I got so many thank yous to have. We probably can't fit them all in on this one, bro. But I want to thank you if you were involved in any sort of way with Eternal Sundays, even if you weren't particularly named in that whole giant list. I don't have a list in front of me. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've helped perpetuate something I love to do, and that is grow hip-hop in our community. So thank you guys again so much. Indie Mercenary, out, bro.